This is a look at the Big Agnes Fly Creek UL1. I have a pretty good backpacking trip coming up with my buddy Kyle. We're going to do about 80 kilometers in 4 days up north in Ontario in Killarney Provincial Park. We're going to do the Silhouette Trail, the La Cloche Silhouette Trail. And I'm going to bring my Big Agnes tent. So I thought I'd go over it and show specs on it and showing how to set it up and all that stuff, as opposed to when I'm out there, because battery and memory card time is very valuable. So we'll do it here. A couple specs. I have the Big Ag. This is the tent itself plus the footprint, and then I have the poles and the pegs in here. The whole thing weighs 2 pounds. I don't know if I will be bringing the footprint or the screen body of the tent. Probably the screen body of the tent, but we'll see. The footprint is here. It comes with a different stuff sack. I had to buy it separately. The footprint alone is $50. I got it at REI. The tent itself is like $350 or something like that. But I got hooked up. My buddy Dustin, who I met out west when we were filming that show, we became really good friends, and we've camped since then. And he hooked me up with a steal on this thing. So, again, thanks, buddy. So without the footprint in there, I like to keep the poles strapped to the outside of my backpack because I don't care if they get wet, and then it makes like it can go inside it or whatever, but it makes this tent rigid when it's in your pack. If you have the poles outside of the pack, you can squish this down, do whatever, mold it around things. You can go without the stuff sack at all. I will probably bring it, but. So there is the fly, and there's the fly, and there's the screen. I will show the whole process of setting it up. The black flies are supposed to be out, so I imagine I'll bring the screen part of it. It's just, I don't know. It's only another pound, not even pound, half a pound, if I don't bring the footprint, but we'll see. So in the bag with the pegs, you get this repair tube for your poles. It is very light, and out of safety, out of thinking ahead, I will bring this just in case. But the pole is pretty interesting. It's a one pole design. It's all connected by this centerpiece, and they are light, very lightweight, but durable. I've had this thing in super heavy winds. I've camped in it probably 6 or 7 nights. I've had it in really high winds, and the poles held up just fine. I have no fear of them breaking. So you can set it up 2 ways, with the footprint and without. And we'll do it without first, and I'll take it apart and show you how it is with the footprint. So setting up is pretty straightforward, pretty intuitive as well. It's got these grommets. You just put the pole right in the grommet. There's 3 of them. So that's the basic tent. There you can see is the central part where all of the poles come out of. So like I said, 1 pole that turns into kind of 3. And that's the shell right there. Easy peasy. Next, there's this middle clasp. You slide her in. And then there's all these plastic clips that you just clip right on. Okay. Oh, there's 2, 1 more here, and here. One of the things I really like about this tent is that it's a freestanding tent. which means I can do things like this, where it's not necessary, but it's nice to clean out and move it around after it's set up if you want to. Next, I just put the pegs in. In ideal weather, this would be great. Fully screened, protection from bugs, but that doesn't happen, right? So putting the rain fly on is super easy as well, unless you put it on upside down, inside out, like I just did. Just kind of line up the door so you can have a rough idea where it goes. And then there's clips to clip it together. These little clips clip right in, and there's 3 of them. And nice and tight. Now all we have to do is tie out the tie-outs. So you can use the stakes that were already used for the mesh part. Staking out the vestibule is super easy, just pull it taut. There's 2. The side has this pretty cool attachment, so you can, it makes the inside bigger. So you basically has this little loop on the inside, the screen part, and it has this clip on the shell. You just clip it on, and then that, when you pull this side out, it pulls the inside out as well. I don't like these little tack tie things, whatever they're called. I would rather just use a taut line hitch. But so there's 2 tie outs, one for the screen, one for the bottom. Or sorry, both for the shell. But one's on the bottom, one's in the middle, just to give you a little bit more protection, cinch it down a little bit better. But they can both go to the same peg. It has these 2 other tie outs in the front. I think it's just for high winds. I never use them, and I'll show you what I do with the cord. What do you got?
A leaf.
What kind of leaf?
A big leaf.
A big leaf? It's a maple leaf.
I have a make-a-believe leaf.
A make-believe maple leaf. Oh, brief interlude. Oh my goodness. So I just hank it up like a piece of paracord or whatever and let it hang there so it doesn't get tangled. I don't want to take them off in case I do need it, but 9 times out of 10 I don't. So there she is, all set up. You get a little bit of a vestibule in the front, not much to be honest with you. Careful guys. You can put your pack there. I'll tighten this up a bit. But you can put your pack in the front here. Not much else, man. It's not too much room. Maybe your shoes or whatever. But roll on in. So you can see, I can sit up inside it. 1 person strictly. There's no way I can fit 2 people or me and the dog at all. The bottom is very, very lightweight. Ripstop steel nylon. It is recommended to use the footprint with it, but I always end up just putting my piece of Reflectix underneath it and calling it good, because I'm not bringing the footprint and the body of the tent. And as you would expect, like all tents, it has the place to keep it tied out there, a little tie out, and then you could do the same with the screen. It's got one for that as well. And then I wouldn't do this up unless it was raining. I would keep this completely open and keep my screen shut, because it does get condensate-y in there. There is mesh at the other end, but it's not adequate. Just a quick walk around the tent to get the grasp of it. So that's how long the vestibule is. Definitely can fit your pack there, 100%. All staked down. It's a good tent. I really like it. So I'm gonna set it up again with the footprint and show you the deal with that. So for when bugs aren't an issue, or you want to go super lightweight, the footprint is the way to go because it takes the place of the screen part. All you do is you lay it out, peg it down. It's got 3 tie outs, 2 in the front, 1 in the back. No, sorry, actually, 2 in the front, 2 in the back, or 3 actually. There's got one on this buckle as well. Pull it tight, and then all you do is the same thing. It's got grommets in it, and you stick the poles through the grommets, and that's going to be the framework of the tent again. Boom. It is a bit of a chore setting it up, even in this little bit of a wind, because it's so lightweight. The wind takes it, but it's a small price to pay. So it's got the buckles again. The footprint has the buckles. You buckle them in. Come on. Basically done. Now we just got to peg it out. What's wrong, Emmy? A bee?
Yeah.
Okay, well just leave him alone. He won't hurt you. And again, just use the tie outs that you used for the footprint. If you have to adjust it, no big deal. 'Cause I don't know what she's doing over there. Hey. All that's left to do is to peg out the vestibule. We're good. I've got even more room now without the screen on. I have more room on the sides. I could fit a pack on the side here. I have put my pack inside it with the screen on too. It's a little tight, but this is a good tent. I've used it, like I said, 6 or 7 nights. Excuse me, and we're doing 5 nights on this upcoming trip. One of the nights is just kind of like a walk in and camp before we start. So I'll have a little bit of miles with it. It's a great tent. Good for a medium kind of ultra light thing. So a tarp would be lighter, 100%. But a tarp isn't going to give me as much ease of setup, room, and protection. Maybe room, but protection mainly. I do like a tent. Makes me sleep a little bit better. So that's it for the video. Let me know if you have any questions. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something, and we'll see you again. So just one last thing as I'm packing up. I've got the rainfly, the shell in the stuff sack already, and this is the footprint. So without the poles and the stakes on the inside, this is how big it packs down to. That is absolutely phenomenal. I'm super pumped about that. That said, I think I have decided I am going to bring the screen body of the tent on this trip specifically, but for future trips, when there's no bugs, this is going to be ideal. The weight isn't really the issue. The weight that this adds is nothing. It's a ½ pound compared to the footprint, but it's the volume. I like to have less things in my pack. The weight's not an issue because I have everything down now for spring, summer, fall, right around 22 pounds with 2 liters of water, depending on how long I'm going. The only thing that would change would be food. But pretty cool. Big Agnes, Fly Creek UL1. Check her out.